We are indeed excited to welcome you to another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg. The final 2 weeks of the regular season are upon us, and off we go on EA Sports. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. This crowd ready in anticipation. Their offense taking the field for the first time. They'll be led out by the quarterback now in his 4th NFL campaign.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today and how fast can we make those adjustments.
Oh, intercepted on the second play of the game. And he's going to bring this one back. Wow, less than a minute into the game. It's a pick six and an early touchdown. You get the ball to start the game thinking you'll score on offense. Instead, they allow the defense to be the first on the board in this one.
So now the question is, Mike, do you allow this to linger the rest of the day? You've dug yourself a pretty big hole here to start, but you've got to pick yourself up and realize this game is far from over, and we now got to get the ball back and establish some early rhythm.
The extra point is good. And the visitors will race out to a quick 7-0 edge. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. He fields it at the 8. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The home team's offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. And they've used him quite a bit in the passing game. Take a look at the NFL leaders in receiving yards for running backs, and he's right there among the best in the league. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40.
And a nice pickup there by the back with an explosive run play. And it's important to point out, Mike, this offensive play caller, he's still working off that opening script. It doesn't necessarily have to just be the first possession. Using formations, using run game and pass. Unmask the defense and understand where to take the play calling as the game unfolds.
They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. He's got it. That's a first down at the cross midfield and down to the 47-yard line.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a 3rd down and short. But there's no need for 3rd down. He was able to get enough on 2nd, and they get a fresh set of downs.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30.
Every defense in the league, Mike, they stress the importance of defending the middle of the field. And in this case, that's just too much room to operate. They have to find a way to close and cloudy up those windows, make the quarterback throw the ball to the sidelines. When you allow him to operate in there, especially with that much space, you're going to make for a long day.
He'll look to throw. That one brought in by James.
Certainly not the biggest play of the day, but a good example of picking up positive yardage, staying ahead of the chains by a well-timed ball and a well-timed route.
Now a give on the ground. And he'll bring this inside the 15. That's good enough for the first down.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up the first down.
Not much happening there, just a short gain. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Man in motion is Smith. Here's a first carry for their running back, and he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to 3rd down.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
I like the idea of taking your shot there on 3rd down, pushing the ball downfield, looking for the touchdown. But now as it brings up 4th down, you're already this close. You're in field goal range, but do you keep that offense on the field and try to maintain possession and see if you can come away with 6? Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit. He does a great job here, able to put that one through.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. They're led out by the former Missouri Tiger, who is their rookie quarterback.
I don't care how long you've been playing or how good of a player you are, Mike. It is inevitable in the NFL that some days it just doesn't go your way, and you're going to have a bad game. The key, though, is can you prevent that one bad performance from turning into 2? And that...
the blitz overwhelming the offensive line, and down he goes.
With the right personnel, the safety position is like the ultimate chess piece, right? You can put him in center field to play pass. You can bring him up and make him a pseudo linebacker, but you also can bring him on pressure, Mike, and that's what this guy does so well. The timing and the speed, he got there in a hurry.
3rd and long. They'll look to throw. They'll look to set up the screen here. It is a gain of 17 by about the length of the football. They've got the first down.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Got a man left side. It's caught. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
Well, they've come out swinging here on this opening drive through the air, and that's exactly what they wanted to do. Generate some early chunk plays and try to get some points.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. They're going to motion the tight end over here. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw again. Now he takes off.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And he does all he can to get away, but they're going to get him right at the line of scrimmage, and it will bring up 4th down.
This defensive line clearly has a beat on this offense. They've got to find a way to settle their pass protections. If they want to be able to get their quarterback in any sort of established rhythm and timing going forward, they're going to have to do a lot better job protecting them. Early in this game, that's already 2 sacks allowed. And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
This taken at the 5. Oh, very good field position to start as the return is past the 40. The home team's offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And things are getting a little tight with 2 weeks left in the regular season. Already, we can look ahead in both conferences to some critical divisional matchups ahead in Week 18. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Up the middle they go. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
I can tell you firsthand as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack, hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track. That's just one of those drives that was out of whack from the start, Mike. They just couldn't get anything going on the early downs, and they'll most likely punt the ball away and hope that their defense can do the same thing and get them the ball back.
Oh, not the greatest punt there. This is going to hit and go out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He's going to let this one go deep.
There's only a handful of guys in the league who legitimately have world-class speed, and he's one of them. I mean, he's the type of weapon that you 3 or 4 times a game have to just say, okay, my guy, he's faster than your guy. We're going to send him deep and let it fly. And even though that one falls incomplete, you have to continue to sprinkle that threat in because it makes everything else in your passing game that much easier.
And now here comes the punt team, as he'll be standing just inside the back line of the end zone. And a short field awaits. Fair catch taken on this side of midfield. The home team's offense getting their final instructions before heading back onto the field. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up 2nd down. Back to throw. Short pass taken in by the tight end. 3rd and 6. Now they'll set up to throw. And that will be incomplete. They could not hook up on what will be the final play of this first quarter. So on 4th down, they'll call out the field goal unit. This will be just inside 60, a 59-yard field goal attempt. And this is no good. Could not get it on target. And they are not able to draw closer.
And this is the danger of trying these long field goals. Remember, Mike, if you miss, the other team gets the ball at the spot of the kick. So it's going to end up setting them up for great field position as they start this next drive.
Here's 1st and 10. This drive will start on the ground. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. One of the tight ends motions right. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Quick throw here is complete. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down.
And the Brooklyn first down.
Putting the tight end in motion. They'll look to throw yet again. He'll get this one out to his fullback. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Back to the air one more time. Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down. It's not the big play they were hoping for, but first down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. He's got it at the 3. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? So, instead of going for the first down, in comes the field goal unit. Bit of a surprise here. He has to drive this through the rain, but he does. The kick is good. And the visitors will extend their lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone, and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to see what they can do. They're in a 10-point hole. It's 13-3 as this drive starts with first down. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll stick with him again. He'll get about 3, and that's going to lead to 3rd down. Here comes 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
That's over the middle and taken in. He's got it. Call it a gain of 13. And that will be a first down.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
His fullback releasing, and he's going to bring it in.
Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. Third and 5.
Third and 5.
His receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. What great work after the catch to extend the drive.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that would be a bit of a letdown.
Pass brought in by Ferguson.
These are the play calls, Mike, that offensive coordinators use to just get their quarterback and their passing game into some sort of rhythm. Easy pitch and catch, get the ball out of his hand, see a completion. These typically, as the game goes on, lead to bigger and bigger gains.
And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. They get big yardage on the deep ball. 35 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. To the back of the end zone. He's got it. Has a touchdown. Touchdown number 7 for him on the year. Tight spaces down there. Things happen quick. Greg, a quick decision and great execution for the score.
You're exactly right, Mike. Down here this close to the goal line, everybody's clock has to speed up. Not only the quarterback processing to get the ball out of his hand, but you have to win as a receiver quickly and give the quarterback somewhere to go with the ball. It was that quickness at the line of scrimmage that led to that touchdown.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. The visitors' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They lead by a field goal as they go to work with a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Throwing right, it's taken in. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. That's into traffic, but taken in. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Quick throw, out wide. It's caught. Down the sideline. And he will go all the way for the touchdown. A terrific job all the way around, especially after the catch, Greg, to take it to the end zone for a touchdown.
I'm just so impressed by the acceleration of this receiver, Mike. He catches what is a short pass, and he's able to turn it up the field and take it all the way for 6. That is an impressive play, run after catch.
Pass now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the visitors add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. This offense and their running back heading back on the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense is going to need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. He'll drop to throw. That's caught by Smith on the right side.
Defense does a nice job here initially using zone coverage to take away the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. Quarterback gets off his first read, sees some openings to the sideline, and him and his receiver are able to connect.
And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the first down. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. They get 12 yards on that pass. That's enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
They'll look to throw again. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand.
That's down the field and intercepted.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And they're going to get him down right at the 25. So, we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Michael, we'll get back to you and Greg in just a little bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock.
And hold that thought. Let's get right back to it. We are ready for the third quarter. He fields it at the 8. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he continues to be a nightmare for teams trying to defend in the red zone. Look at this graphic. Second in the NFL in terms of rushing touchdowns by a QB. Right away, they'll set up to throw. Quick throw, taken in. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. The throw on the run is complete. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
And another great throw. And I'll tell you what, Mike, so far today, this certainly does not look like a rookie quarterback. I mean, he is in complete control of this offense.
They motion a receiver right. Back to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive.
And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
The offense goes from feeling really good about the previous play with a real nice pickup to then on the ensuing play ending up going the complete opposite direction. Really nice job here by the defense immediately getting back on track. And what do the coaches say? Just play the next play. And that's exactly what they did.
They get 18 on that one. And that will be a first down.
First down, Brooklyn.
In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. He'll swing this one out wide to his running back. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now they'll set up to throw. His throw left side is complete. They get 14 yards and set up 1st and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's 1st and goal.
They'll look to throw yet again. It is brought in the end zone. Touchdown.
It seems to me they were kind of holding this play call for this exact situation, Mike. 1st and goal, down here near the goal line, and they had this one worked up all week. Simple pitch and catch, and it works to perfection.
No problem there on the extra point, and the visitors will extend this 3rd quarter lead. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has really had their way so far, intercepting him twice, forced into a number of bad throws, and generally the D has just made it tough to operate all game long. So they come to the line for 1st down and 10. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on 1st down, they end up going backwards on 2nd. That sack now brings up 3rd and long, and what most of the time is a very pass-happy situation makes them very one-dimensional.
On 3rd down, they'll set up to throw. And for a 3rd time today, he's intercepted. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
I think anytime you find yourself trailing in the 2nd half, Mike, all offensive play callers fight the urge to chase those points. They tend to get a little bit overeager. They tend to push the envelope sometimes a little too far. Those turnovers, they only make the deficit grow, not shrink. Now, there's a lot of football left, Mike. They can still get back into this. They just have to be a little bit smarter about which risks you're willing to take.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Quick throw here is complete. And this takes him into the red zone. He's brought down inside the 20-yard line. They're at the 17-yard line now for 1st and 10. There's that man again. Another catch. 2nd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he can't get away. Down he goes, back to the 16.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
It is 3rd and 10. He'll try to run for it. A pickup of 10, and it's going to set up first and goal.
Those plays are killers for a defense. You think you have the quarterback hemmed in. You think you have a chance for your pass rush to get you off the field. Instead, he gets away, picks up some tough yards, and sets his team up first and goal.
That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, if you're going to target him in the end zone, you better come correct, man, because this guy, he embraces those moments of one-on-one coverage when it matters the most, and I think he just saved 6 by getting his hands on that one.
He's going to keep it himself, and he's into the end zone for the score. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. This one taken at the 7. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. Following the kickoff, we have an injured player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. First and 10. They'll throw out of the gun. He runs with it.
Well, we've seen time and time again just how dangerous this quarterback can be, Mike, when he decides to tuck it and take off. So that is a great job defensively to rally to the football and hold them to just a short gain.
Quick slant into the hands of Smith. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. They don't need much. It is 3rd and inches. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That's taken in left side by Smith.
3rd and inches, you see a lot of teams try to take a shot. Why, Mike? Because they know on 4th and inches, they still have a chance to convert the first down. The shot wasn't there, but they're still able to pick up a nice gain and convert and bring up first down.
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
I'll tell you what, if the offensive lineman had the same level of fight and effort that the quarterback did, they wouldn't be in this situation. It's a shame because that individual effort went a long way towards extending that play. And
the pressure all over him. He goes down again.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
He'll try and get there on the ground. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line. Now a timeout for injury. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Here's 2nd and 2.
At the 34-yard line.
Man in motion is Smith. They'll run on 2nd down. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it. Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. Yeah! It's a pickup of 12. That's enough for a first down.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Catch made there. That's Smith. He's taken down just shy of the 10. He can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10. They go from the 11. Thrown into a sea of bodies, but it's complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 6-yard line.
On the toss, they'll run. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play. Brings up 3rd down and 5.
On 3rd down, they'll throw. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
That's going to be caught. And he's not going to get away. They get him down right after the catch. Great rally to the ball to force a turnover on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. As we look back at some of the highlights of this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a complete performance as you're going to see from any offense throughout the course of this season.
2nd down and 3. A handoff as they try to run it here. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. One of the tight ends in motion right. Trying to pick this one up on the ground. We're about ready now for the punt, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. Oh, the coverage was great. They gave him no room to operate and made him pay for catching the ball. This team's offense ready to go as we give you a look at the current playoff race. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to claim one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He'll get this over the middle to Smith. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll send a tight end in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. He fumbled the football. It's picked up by one of his teammates.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack, and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet. After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable. It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
And he's not going to get there. The defense was ready for it, and they stuff him on fourth down. This offense making its way back on the field, led by their wide receiver. This one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now going to try to polish this thing off here in the fourth. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll turn and hand this one off. And it'll be a pickup of 3. So third down, forthcoming. They'll try to get this one on the ground. And the drive will continue. Good run down to the 44. And a first down.
Nothing real fancy about this call here, Mike, right? In this third and short, just get the ball to your running back, make sure he has enough space to pick up the first down, and they're able to convert.
And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a first down. A pickup of 9. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's second and inches. They bring the tight end in motion. Now this time they'll look to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
And the Brooklyn first down.
Handoff here, up the middle, and he'll get about 5. 2 minutes remain in the fourth quarter. Greg and I back for the conclusion in a moment. They'll come up here on second down and 5. They'll try the right side this time. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for third down and 5. They'll look to throw. He's got it at the 7. 17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
A run on first and goal. And that won't get a whole lot. Down to about the 5. Second and goal. So it's a win for our visitors. It was a game played in a driving rainstorm, but they would not let the field or the conditions deter them in any way. They're going to come away from here with a well-earned victory.